gentlemen, boys and girls, and all music lovers across the globe. Welcome to the first episode of the rebranded Chacha Spotlight series on the Chacha Music Review Podcast. Just in case you're wondering what the Chacha Spotlight series is all about, this is where I get to have a chat with fast-rising artists. I talk about their music and their struggles, and of course, my name is still Artiste. The Chacha Spotlight series is about introducing the world to a new artist and also introducing the new artist to the world. So without any further ado, let me introduce to you Ydiz Indapond.
Yeah, what up my people? It's your boy Ydiz Indapond.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good,
Can you tell us about yourself?
My name is Aziz Waid with the stage name Ydiz Indapond.
Okay, so Ydiz, it's nice to have you on this podcast. This is the first episode of the rebranded Spotlight series, and you'll be my first guest. So thank you for being on the podcast.
It's my pleasure.
So let's talk about your stage name, Ydiz Indapond.
Well, from the name I gave to you earlier, my name is Waid Aziz. So it's just the fusion of my name and my surname.
Okay.
Which is YD and D. Aziz.
Aziz. Okay.
So making it Ydiz.
What about Indapond? Where did that come from?
Indapond is just the title of my songs that I wrote some years back.
Okay.
So it was just like you saying the band Tumbolo. So all my uncles, my guys just started calling me Ydiz Indapond, come and sing Indapond for me. So just started including the name Ydiz, and that's just the brand right now.
All right. So Ydiz, tell us, your musical background. How did you start doing music?
Oh well, as far back as I could remember that time, me and my brother, I would stand on all these little chairs and be performing.
Okay.
My brother will be giving me some drums, and people around the street will be calling me to come and sing for them. So it just got to a particular point I started doing all these Plantation Boys songs.
Okay.
My guy was like, guy, you can actually be a musician. I was like, a musician? You mean I'll be singing my own personal song? Where would I start from? I love to sing other people's songs, but me writing my own songs was like something that would be very, very difficult. Not until I started it. I did the first one, the second, and it just started coming before I knew it.
Tell us how you felt, writing your own song for the first time. What motivated you to say, I want to write my song? What was the inspiration behind all that?
I would say the first thing that actually pushed me was just like something negative came from someone.
Okay.
So that person was like, you can never be a musician.
Okay.
Do you know what it takes to write a whole song?
Okay.
I was like, so if Two-Face could write songs over songs, why can't I just start mine? So I started writing, I wrote a verse. For like a whole week, I could only write a verse.
Okay.
But eventually, I concluded my first song and I started singing it to people like, feel it, how do you feel? You decide about what I do, cause I got a chance to make my dough. I just like that will surely be hope. I reach my good and later my soul. I don't get out of that job that I do. It's like, wow, this is vibe. Let's go with it. So I just started, that was my first.
So how was your first studio experience? Like going to the studio for the first time and actually being on the mic and realizing that, oh boy, I'm about to do my song.
Yeah. My first experience, you won't believe it, I had my first experience at Indomix Studio.
Okay.
It was way back in Shagamu.
That was the same Indomix.
Same Indomix.
Yes.
So when I got there with that my big, what's it called?
Rhyme book.
It was full of songs, lyrics, and I showed it to Indomix. So it was just like, there's nothing I would do with this. It's only what comes from you that I'm after.
Okay.
So I was just like, as if I was a baby. So I just had to drop it somewhere, and I just moved closer to the mic. And he was playing me beats, and I was just dropping everything I had in my head. I was flowing as if I've been recording before. Though I was not recorded that day, but I was able to show my recording skill, my vocal skill to him, and he actually encouraged me, like, you can actually do it. So I was made to come back, like pay for some
studio time and studio section and all that.
But to do that was the problem, so that was why I couldn't record my first song, and that was way back in 2008.
Okay.
Not until 2010 that I got my first experience.
Okay.
It's S-Cube.
Okay.
So when I got there, so to record a song wasn't something that was so scary or something that I was so feel like I loved, like, wow, this is what I've been thinking of.
Okay.
So it's like I can actually do this. So I just started building that self-confidence, like I can do this.
What will you call your style of music?
Afrofusion. or will I just call it Afro Fuji.
Okay.
So I have this unique Fuji vibe that I put on any kind of genre of songs. Is it R&B, soul? I'll always find my way to give you that that's the uniqueness.
Okay, so tell us about the experience behind releasing your first song. It's a different thing recording. It's a different thing releasing. Because you've recorded now for your mind. I don't do this song. Then now you've put it outside for people to hear. What was it like, putting the song outside for people to hear, and what was the major feedback that you got?
Wow, my first track, actually, then we didn't have the likes of all these bloggers posting songs on website for downloads. So I was able to go online, search for where I can put my music. So I found places like SoundCloud and MySpace. So which means
MySpace
was still trending. So which means I had to do it by myself. I put it on those websites, but I did much of transferring the songs from phones to phones. And I could tell you, my brother, that first experience was a very big good to go, because even my family members, they were not even in my town. People were calling me all the way from Canada, telling me like, wow, I heard that your first song, good guy. I was just like, wow. Even my dad, he didn't support me at the beginning of this struggle, this music struggle of nothing. But when he heard the first track, like my dad would put me in his car and he would play that song without even saying anything about it. Like, so that first experience, I won't lie to you, the feedback was so much encouraging.
Since you've spoken about your dad, let's talk about the parental, should I say approval? Because we know the way it is in Nigeria. When you tell your parents you want to do music, they'll be like,
all things.
I mean, if you're in Nigeria, if you're not being a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, then you're a disappointment. So, what was it like when you started out doing your music? Were you ever afraid that your parents were not going to support you? So it was something that you were doing they didn't know, or what was it like exactly?
Ironically, at the beginning, like I told you, during my kid time, my parents were not disturbing me when it comes to music. Like,
you just normally sing.
They freed me. They could see the way I was so passionate about listening to music, dancing to music, singing music all day long, and they wouldn't complain. So I was like, I already have their approval. Not until I go to like all these SS2, 3, I would come back from school and I'll be reading lyrics books. I will be cramming songs. Where do you go? Where do they find? Like, how was your problem? So they started like, they were just so much harsh on me when it comes to music. They don't even want me to sing. I would gather my siblings. We would be trying to practice a song, and they would just barge in and lash us all with, abusive words. And I would even feel like, am I ever going to do this for you? Then one of my uncles just told me, guy, just have to pass your O-level papers. Make sure you come out with flying colors, get admission to university, then you can do your thing. God bless that bro for me, man. So I was so focused on passing my exam, making sure I get admission that particular year. So, and I tried like ask around which kind of university can I go and face music. They were like, guy, go to OSU, don't do it for OSU. No, do it for. See, sincerely, I didn't come to OOU to read. I came to OOU because of music. Not until I got there, I realized like, guy, I can actually do better. Let me learn this. let me do both together. So you understand? So which means I left home, I came to university, and I was able to mingle with other people, like minds that were able to, brought me up, and I started doing music. And all the feedbacks, everything I do in school, it gets back to them. And you're just like, wow, this guy is doing fine. Let's just free him. Before I knew it, my dad was just like, guy, give me all your songs on my phone. That day, I was so happy. He would share it with his friends, family members. Like, my son, you know that my son now, he sang the song again. So ever since I started making money, I wish to like, Baba, take this one, my music. Wow, this music. And we're just like, my guy, you're gonna make it. Bọ̀kọ̀tẹ́gbẹ́ bá fi orin ṣe kò máa ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. All these kind of parental prayers on music. Then I was just like, wow, I'm good to go.
How was it for you being a student, and also juggling music together? How were you able to balance those two lives?
Well, let me just say the results should be able to answer that question. Before I graduated, I had what's it called? Awards like best musical act given by CMA, and as the only artist and producer, award-winning artist and also award-winning producer in the history of OOU. I was able to get that. So that's the musical result. So what about the academic results?
Yeah.
I was able to graduate with 2-2.
So you mentioned also just right now, you mentioned getting an award for music production. So is it safe to say that Ydiz is also a record producer?
For sure.
So how did you move? Because it's one thing being a music artist, then it's one thing deciding to say you want to go into music production. And is it the fact that you felt like, oh boy, if I don't blow as artist, I will blow as producer? Or was that what which led you to production? Or tell us about the production story.
Well, what's worth doing is worth doing well.
Yeah.
That production story started from the fact that I wanted to do my own first song.
Okay.
I couldn't afford the studio session.
Okay.
So one of my guys introduced me to FL Studio.
Okay.
So I started composing all these shitty beats. I would call it shitty beat right now, but then they sound so mad.
Okay.
So I was able to record my first song
by
my
yourself?
phone.
Okay.
My phone before I actually experienced the studio recording.
Yeah.
So from there I was like, this beat is so whack, so I can't even go into production. Before I knew it, I would be the one to help my producer to juggle songs together, to help some artists to build their verses and songs. Before I knew it, I was able to gather much more studio experience, being around the studio producer almost every time.
Like, so
before I knew
you're more of a studio rat, like
studio rat. Yeah, you understand. I wouldn't even go to my own house, from class to studio, from studio back home to just go and sleep. Then I just realized, like, way back when I started writing my own songs, I would create the vibes from my own head, just like a producer. I would produce many vibes, I would be putting the lyrics. That means I can actually do this, so let me go and learn more. So I try to learn more, and I try to practice the field, the little things that I knew about production. I try to practice it. Before I knew it, I was able to bring up stars, even in that particular school. Again, you understand? So I was able to bring up stars, and I was just like, if you can actually make a star, then you're a superstar, my guy. So let me just say I had good feedbacks from my clients and even from my own self. Like, I did songs, people were like, wow, I love this mix, wow, I love this beat, you can actually do better. So I kept pushing and keep on learning new things about music production.
Is there any song that you're actually working on right now? Is there a new song that you're working on right now?
Actually, I have it on mind to release a song, so I'm trying to work on it, but I've already abandoned it for a while due to the new series that I just started running on I started hosting a weekend classic vibes show.
Okay.
On Instagram, YouTube, AudioMark, WhatsApp status, you understand? So where I get to do my own cover songs cover of classic songs.
Okay.
Like I did for Craig David's Walk Away.
Okay, so you do that on your social media?
Social media handle, so I'm trying to push that. So, which means I'm going to be releasing on a weekly basis. So, I'm more focused on
the covers for now.
But actually, I have it in mind to release a song.
So, let's just say before the end of the year, we'll get something new from Ydiz.
Inshallah.
Alright, so no problem. And now let's talk about your first song that I heard, and that was it was part of the song that made the Don Jazzy Top 50 Enigma. How did you go into that competition, and tell us everything concerning the whole Enigma competition?
Well, concerning Enigma, the truth is that I didn't know anything about the competition. I didn't even know it was a competition.
Okay.
I told you, like, I used to be a studio rat, so I just got to studio that day, and SQ was about to record one guy on that particular beat.
Okay.
So perhaps the negotiation didn't go well. So that guy left the studio, and I was just like, guy, come on, do something on this. And even his manager was like, why this guy do something better on this? Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have money. He said, just go and record.
Just go and record.
So the guy was like, I want you to give me something, that kind of your style, that Fuji vibe, with blending with this kind of. see all these kind of Illuminati beats. Mobile. I was like, okay, let me just give it a try out. So I did. Before I knew it, this guy F Raps, he's now in US.
Okay.
F Raps submitted the jam for me.
Okay.
And they told me like that thing is a competition, and they love my entry, so they already helped me to submit on that. No problem. Not until one of my guys, D12, that one too is working on one like the UFM right now.
Okay.
Came to me at the Faculty of Education like, guys, send me that Enigma song. I was like, Enigma, let me
send it to him.
So I just sent it to him. I was like, in fact, when he saw that he made the top 50, he was just like, where did you see that one? He just showed me on Facebook. I saw it. I swear, I left PS and I was going home. Then this guy, Biola Swagger, he was on bike. He had to stop the bike. Like, wait, how far now? I saw that entry. I sent me that song. He had to wait the bike man. He was collecting the song. That was the first song that kind of guy would stop because he used to be a celebrity in that time. So like he stopped just because of that song. And it was just like wow. So this song could go this far away. Thank God.
Now, like you rightly said, you didn't know about the competition, so it was more like being in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Would you say that had a big impact in your music career going forward? Because from what you said, first of all, you didn't know about the competition. You didn't even know it got chosen as the top 50 until people started telling you. So how did that experience all in all change you musically, or how did it musically?
I wouldn't lie you, within the school premises, that respect increases. It increased, fine. But musically, generally, I would just say Don Jazzy followed me on Twitter after that because it seems like I was the only singer among the entries.
On the entries, okay.
Yes, so he followed me. I tried to follow him back, like to DM him, and nothing came out of it. So I wouldn't say it has much impact.
Okay.
Unless the fact that people around me were able to recognize and recommend me for like doing an international entry that made it to that kind of place. That means this guy is good.
But was that like a stepping stone for you? Like, okay, you know what? If Don Jazzy could put out a competition and I made it top 50, like, okay, you know what, guy, just keep doing what you are doing.
It only boosts my self-confidence. Let me just put it that way.
Okay. Let's assume Don Jazzy is listening to this right now. What is that one thing you would like to say to Don Jazzy now?
I'd like to say to him,
yes. Like this is your opportunity to reach out to Don Jazzy again. So let's assume Don Jazzy is listening to this right now.
Well, I'll just put it this way. Don Jazzy, man, what up, man? Big up to you and thanks for following me the other time. It's Ydiz Indapond. Come on, check on me. Sign me up, man. Sign me up. I'll be expecting your reply, man. Thank you.
I hope if Don Jazzy signs you up, I'll get my commission.
We go together, now we be there.
What is I'm going in? This is what I do, and this I'm doing it. Busy on the mixtape, listen as I'm blowing it, making it blow like a radio aid. I make you go, break it down, baby. Let me see.
What would you say is your biggest challenge as a fast rising, music artist? Yeah.
Firstly, you're still going to make mention of the financial capability to promote your own songs, because it's all about music promotion or music business. All about you having a quality product and get it to the targeted audience. So right now, I believe I have the quality products, and I have the tendency of producing more and more of it.
So it's just
what about that
avenue
of getting it from the studio to those people who are ready to listen to it?
Anyway, that is
promotion.
That is what this segment is all about. The Chacha Spotlight series, that is what it's all about. It's about introducing the artist to the world and introducing the world to the artist. So that is why we are here.
Well, I think this is just an avenue for me to just give kudos to you, Artiste Nova, for bringing up this kind of platform to showcase us. I'm telling you, before now, the last time I had this kind of interview was like, let me say 6 years ago.
Okay, so if you are going to, you right we're talking from the beginning, you mentioned, you know, the likes of Plantation Boys, which I'll say from what you said, you know, probably were your childhood, should I say the musicians you listened to when you were young.
My musical idol.
Yes, your musical idol. So in terms of Nigeria, which other artists would you say inspired you?
Aside Plantation Boys.
Yes, aside Plantation Boys.
I would say Brimo.
You would say Brimo.
And Brimo, I started doing my thing before I heard Brimo. Though,
okay.
even my producer played a song for me for the first time. I was like, guy, this guy, there was one guy that was singing like you. Can you imagine that? I was just like, Brimo. I heard Brimo some years back when he did My Dad's Only Way. I have heard that song. Oh, that means we have this kind of Fuji-like vibe. You understand? But before I knew it, this guy has gone so much global that I can't help but just see him as my own mentor, my own role. Like, I love him so much.
When Ydiz wants to create a music, you know, what inspires you to create your music? What motivates you to create your music? You know, some couple of artists will tell you anything inspire me, or when I, you know, take one or two, you know, what exactly inspires you to create your music?
Firstly, I know where you're going, so I would just say, like I said in my song, and people always use that like that, like it's a natural lightness, don't need to giddy girl. So that kind of thing, like natural lightness. I'm one of these kind of artists and producers that doesn't need to take anything alcoholic before they can produce something.
Okay.
And whenever I want to sing, what do I want to sing about? Love. That means I've been inspired by my loved one. So let me sing about love. Perhaps I'm in a party mood. I will just like get anything in my head. Hey, what today? Just like right now.
Yeah.
Anything can just like, wow, I feel like dancing right now. Let me give them a dance little beat. And I'm just step on this stuff. So whatever I feel like doing, I try to put myself in that environment. And that's what that Igbo does to them too. So me, I the eye without Igbo. If they smoke for my side, say I go right past you. Because that's natural like I'm always ready.
Alright, like you said you can, you know, think about love, but let's get a little bit personal now. Let's get personal. Since you mentioned love. So let the ladies know, to all the ladies that might be listening to the podcast right about now.
Yeah.
Is Ydiz single, or is he in an entanglement, or is he just on a low key, you know?
You know, at this level of mine, I shouldn't be responding to this kind of a question, you know. But you know what? I would just try to be more, how would I put it, diplomatic with it.
Okay.
So I would just say something like, musically I'm single, and realistically I'm even married. Like, you understand?
So musically, Ydiz is single, but reality he's married.
I've been loving you from day one when I collect your number. Loving you from day one when you draw me closer. Loving you from day one when you say salam alaikum. Loving you from day one when I set my eyes on you.
In terms of collaboration, which Nigerian artists are you looking forward to work with?
Well, I'll be looking forward to work with the likes of Mayor Kun and Vado, man.
That's Kiss Daniel, right?
Kiss Daniel.
What about Brimo? Since you said Brimo is your...
Brimo has gone so far, but I think I just have to increase my own level of, how would I put it, my visibility, my online visibility,
okay,
global visibility, so that I can have, so that I can be in a better position to, converse with him. Like, I would like to work with you.
So let's leave the whole music aside. Let's get to know Wahid right now. As you said, we are done with Ydiz. We've known a little bit about Ydiz. So outside music, who are you like? What's your favorite food? Do you watch football? What do you do outside music?
I'll just put that in one verse.
Yeah. One sentence, not one verse.
Let me see. Aziz Wahid.
Yeah.
Is practicing Muslim.
Okay.
In a Sufi order.
Okay.
Arsenal fans.
Okay.
I love to eat eba. You understand?
Yeah.
I love making people laugh. But you know what? I'm a business mogul. I call myself like right from within. I'm telling you, like, I love doing business. Like,
Okay.
I'm a general merchant. You know,
Okay.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. Like, I have a whole lot of ventures that I'm running aside music, because you know music is capital intensive investment. So you just have to like get something in doing aside that to keep pushing your personal life, keep your family in order and in good shape, and also the music business too.
That's good. Before I let you go, let me just allow you to do one or two freestyle for the people, so at least they can enjoy the Ydiz vibe, the Indapond vibe. So let's hear you do a little bit of freestyle.
You just give them a audio vibe.
Yeah, give them the Pondion vibe.
Ydiz Indapond music, always undo me so. Olólùfẹ́, I wish I could reach you. All the things we did, I wish we could do. And those we never do, we for still do. If I could reach you, we for still do, baby. The fact say I miss you, no me say I want you back. You know the will of God for me, neither am I. You taught me how to love, I wish you never lied. My love gave meaning to your life, you can't deny. So we're meant to be together, but not forever. Even if you stick so long, it no go matter. Now you gon' couldn't wait to witness my God blessing. More success, more blessing. Ire wole mi o, afisto wole wa o. Ọpẹ́ ló yẹ mí. Indapond music.
Yeah.
Always
Ladies
on
and gentlemen, that is the voice of Ydiz Indapond. Just let me quickly say this for those of you that have been wondering why this. Ydiz is the person responsible for the production of the new Cha-Cha signature tune. Yes, for those of you that are saying, oh, I love the new Cha-Cha signature tune, Ydiz Indapond is the person that produced that tune, that produced that beat. So help me say thank you very much to Ydiz Indapond. So tell the people, how can they get to listening to your song, and how can they follow you on social media, all your social media handles?
Very, very easy. Tweet, like, any post. Just follow me on Instagram at Ydiz Indapond. Ydiz Indapond.
Can you take that slowly?
Just like a rap. Ydiz Indapond. You got it right? Ydiz Indapond. But on Audiomark, that's gonna be like audiomark.com/Ydiz-Indapond.
No problem. Thank you very much, Ydiz, for coming out. I really appreciate having you here. Any last word for your fans?
One love. Don't quit. Because when you quit once, it becomes a habit. I love you, man.
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, guys, with that, I have come to the end of the first rebranded series of the Cha-Cha Spotlight segment on the Cha-Cha Music Review Podcast. My name still remains Artiste. It hasn't changed and it will never change. Like, come your way with another episode. I say thank you. I want love.
Bad boys.